together the biggest lies in this and things that people have to remember. So he put 20 lies together, and it's just the audio. Want to start at 20 or you want to start at 1?
Let's start at number 1 and work our way down.
Okay.
They're all good.
Okay, so these aren't ranked.
Not necessarily, no.
Okay. So here are the top 20 lies.
Susan Rice.
Our current best assessment, based on the information that we have at present, is that, in fact, what this began as was a spontaneous, not a premeditated response to what had transpired in Cairo.
That's how it began.
And that's not true. They knew in advance. Testimony now proves that.
Here's the president.
Is that the natural protests that arose because of the outrage over the video were used as an excuse by extremists to see if they can also directly harm U.S. interests.
Another lie they knew at the time.
And we know that, and they weren't natural protests. There were no protests. We know now there were no protests, and they knew that then. The people on the ground in Libya said when they started hearing about the video and the protests, they were shocked because there was no protest.
We're like, what are you talking about? Stephanie Cutter.
But the entire reason that this has become the political topic it's because of Mitt Romney and Paul Ryan. It's
Okay, so it was Mitt Romney and Paul Ryan's fault. Back to the president.
That is what we saw play out in the last 2 weeks. Video.
This is a real
sparked outrage throughout the Muslim world.
Okay, this is a really important one because yesterday in his speech, in his press conference, he said this isn't true. We thought it was at first, which is a lie, and then I corrected it. We sent somebody to Capitol Hill. They testified. Well, first of all, they didn't testify that. That had to be dragged out of them by a congressman. They were under oath. And then this speech happened 2 days later where he was still blaming the video. So
yeah, and this was September 25th, a full 2 weeks after September 11th.
Important thing, his defense is we corrected it. We told, as soon as we found out, we started saying that it was a terrorist attack. But this was unfortunately 2 days after the example he cited.
I know there are some who ask, why don't we just ban such a video? And the answer is enshrined in our laws. Our Constitution protects the right to practice free speech.
Okay, still promulgating that particular lie.
But more importantly, he's now lying about two things. Some are asking, why not just get rid of a video? So he's saying, some are asking, let's get rid of freedom of speech. Nobody was asking that. Nobody was asking, let's get rid of freedom of speech.
Here's Hillary.
Some have sought to justify this vicious behavior along with the protest that took place at our embassy in Cairo yesterday as a response to inflammatory material posted on the internet.
Just gives you kind of an idea of how many times they went down this road.
But it's not only that, they're trying a different angle here. On this one, they're trying a different angle. They're saying, hey, some are saying that that's an excuse. That video was an excuse. That one also didn't work.
Victoria Nuland, she's a State Department spokeswoman.
We can all condemn this reprehensible video.
So who was involved so far? We have 2 members of the State Department, 3 members of the State Department. We have 1 political operative, and we have the president. We also have the Secretary of State.
Now the president's spokesman.
Find the video that has been so offensive to Muslims to be disgusting and reprehensible.
Okay, but maybe we don't have the Secretary of State saying it more than once.
Here's Hillary again.
To address the video that has led to these protests.
She did say it more than once.
Okay, then maybe you don't have Susan Rice.
Well, maybe, but...
It was a violent protest outside of our embassy sparked by this hateful video.
Total lies.
Maybe not.
Total lies.
Jeez.
Maybe you don't have Jay Carney saying it more than once.
And it is in response not to United States policy, not to, obviously, the administration, not to the American people. It is in response to a video.
Okay, but wait a minute. Maybe you don't have him saying it 3 times.
Yeah, we do not yet have indication that it was pre-planned or premeditated.
Okay. That is, first of all, we now know they had information that it was premeditated days before the attack. In fact, one of the people in Benghazi called our State Department and said, I am very afraid of what is coming. You have to pay attention.
Glenn Beck. Mercury.